Yes, welcome in, guys. How are we all doing, man? Hopefully, you guys are all well this morning. Big up to everyone. As obviously most people know, I actually went to the match yesterday. First match I've been to in ages, man. I proper enjoyed it. It was a sick night. So that's obviously why there was no watch along. Most of you guys knew that, but just letting people know who didn't get the memo. I did think about doing a match day vlog, but in the end, to be honest with you, I just decided just to fuck it off and just enjoy my night, you know what I mean? And just sort of like chill out. Obviously, for me personally, it's been quite a big couple of months. So it was good for me just to sort of like chill, let my hair down, as they say, and just enjoy it. And I did. It was really good, man. I proper enjoyed it. It was a cracking night out. The boys, the boys, as in my mates, were on form. It was a good laugh. The match. Listen, I expected us to lose. I've been saying all week we were going to get beat. I did get a little bit of hope when I did the pre-match preview with Pete and I seen the team, but to be honest with you, I always believed that we would lose the game, especially with what Pep Gvardiol was saying. However, that doesn't mean to say that we can't and shouldn't talk about player performances. You know, it's still their job to go out there and slam, you know what I mean, and get the win. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, guys, as always, please make sure you help me out, yeah, and smash the like button. Don't cost you a penny and just helps grow my channel, basically. So the more likes you press on every stream, it helps me out. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. We're getting so close now to 8,000 subscribers, man. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. Let's have a look who we've got in the building today. We've got Sam Martin, Lewis Gillish, yes, bro. Knitting, Septic, Abubakar, Lazuli, Lawrence in the building, Tominator, Septic, IP Trust, OT, Eric, Nabil, Tensors, Feed the Goat, yes. Hopefully you guys are all well, man. So big up. But yeah, like, watch along's return. It was just like one game I just wanted to go to. It was pretty cheap. So I thought, fuck it. Okay, let's get straight into it then. In fact, no, let me talk to you about the game before we get into the player ratings then. Because obviously I've not done a review or anything. Okay, so I thought first half was all right. It was probably the better team. From what I can remember, I had a few pints. So if any of this is not true, just let me know in the chat. Just say LB, stop waffling. I felt like we was the better team in the first half, but didn't really create anything, which was disappointing. I thought Oscar Bobb played well. We'll get onto him specifically when we go through the player ratings. Second half, though, very disappointed. Very disappointed in the second half performance. We came out, we sort of give the onus to Newcastle and let them sort of lead the game and play the game. Whereas in the first half, it was us. We was the one on the ball. We was dominating possession. In the second half, we let them do it, which was a little bit frustrating. And some real poor performances from certain players, which I'm not going to go through now, but I will talk to you about in the player when we go through each individual player. Yeah, just disappointed, really. Listen, it's not one of them where I'm like fuming because, to be honest, I knew we was going to lose the game. You know what I mean? I knew we was going to lose the game. Pep Guardiola, his comments leading up to the game didn't really give me much hope. And Newcastle are a good side, you know, ultimately. So I always felt that we'd lose, but just disappointing some of the performances. I wanted to go out in a good way, you know, coming away from it thinking, yeah, you know what, we give them a real good game. But I just felt in the end, we just sort of let them have it. You know what I mean? We sort of come out and I felt from watching in the stands that we just sort of like let them win in the second half. You know what I mean? Because we didn't really try as much as I would have liked to have done. And that's no disrespect to Newcastle, by the way. They probably deserve the win in the end. But yeah, I just felt like the second half, we just let ourselves down a little bit, to be honest with you. But listen, it is what it is. Let's go through the player ratings. And if I remember anything else, then I'll let you know. But yeah, let's bring it up on screen. Let's start with Stefan Ortega. Okay, this is his match stats from the game. I don't know. Can you see that? Zoom in a bit. That's a bit better, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, made 3 saves in the game, 1 run out and 1 high claim with 2 saves from inside the box and 86% passing accuracy and completed 7 out of his 11 long balls. To be honest with you, I don't really remember him doing anything wrong. He couldn't have done anything about the goal, not that I can remember anyway. So to be honest, yeah, I feel just like, is it just a standard sort of like goalkeeper rating for Stefan Ortega? Again, you know what I mean? Like, looks good. You know what I mean? I'm quite happy for him to play if Edison is out injured. But yeah, couldn't really do anything about the goal. I'll probably give him a 7.5. Yeah, sorry, I'm well thirsty this morning, for obvious reasons. Yeah, I'll probably give him like a 7.5. I don't really think he could have done anything to like improve it, but I don't think he did anything bad. I looked good. Some of his kicking was pretty decent as well. So yeah, we'll go with that one. Okay, let's go to Rico Lewis. That's his heat map from the game. So, very kind of central when we're getting in the attacking third. He came in and obviously did invert, as evidenced there by the heat map. So, a lot to do for him. 90 minutes played, 86% passing accuracy, misplaced 9 passes, 6 long balls, 2 successful, 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked, 1 dribble attempt unsuccessful. He won 2 out of 5 ground duels, and he made 1 interception as well. Rico's all right. Listen, I don't know whether I was influenced by alcohol or whether it was just because I was at the game or whatever. I didn't actually think he played particularly well. And again, I don't know why. I just come away thinking, I didn't really think he did that. I'm not saying he did bad, by the way. I just didn't think it was one of his better games. But again, maybe that's just waffle. You know what I'm saying? For me, I won't give him mega high. I'll probably give him like a 7.3. Yeah, I'll probably give him like a 7.3, to be honest with you. I don't think that was his best performance. And I just didn't really get that sort. I don't know. I just didn't get the vibe. I didn't get the vibe yesterday from Rico. So I'll give 7.3. That's probably, you're probably right. That probably is a little bit too high, to be honest with you. Septic with a 5, Donovan with a 6. Nazudi says he cost us the goal. 6 is at most. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't think he played particularly well. A big up Karl with a super chat says, when is Bernardo Silva back? Any update, mate? Calvin is a top bloke, but needs a run of games to be judged. We can't judge him on playing a few games. Well, I'll touch on the Calvin Phillips thing in a second, bro, because we'll come on to him. But Bernardo Silva, I guess soon, like literally soon. I don't know if he's going to be available for Wolves, but I'd like to think he should be back for Arsenal. So, probably Arsenal, bro. But big up for the super chat, lad. And I'll come on to Calvin Phillips in just 1 second, bro. Okay, let's go on to Akanji. This is his heat map from yesterday. So again, very sort of central. That's a bit of a sus heat map thing there, isn't it? But maybe it's just my mind working madness. Okay, 90 minutes played, 1 block shot, 1 interception. It's 2 ground duels successful out of 6, 2 aerial duels, 1 out of 3. 88% passing accuracy, 6 long balls completed out of 9, and 1 shot blocked there as well. Again, listen, I don't know whether I'm just chatting shit here or waffling. And feel free, if you think I'm waffling, feel free to tell me in the chat. Say, LB, go back to sleep, man. You're chatting shit. I didn't think he was particularly great yesterday either. Now, I think in the second half, when Gomez went to left back, I think maybe he did get a little bit more exposed. But I don't know. I just feel like he didn't really play particularly well. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's chat shit, but I just didn't particularly think he played very well either. I'd probably give him something similar to Rico, 7.3. Nothing majorly bad. I'm not saying he played bad. I just don't think he played particularly well. So I can't really give him any higher than a 7.3 for me. So I'm gonna go 7.3. I'm gonna go 7.3. It's too much Guinness. I actually won Guinness in the stadium, man, and it was pretty grim, to be honest with you. There we go. Josko Gvardiol. Here we go. Now, this is where, I don't know if this might be bias LB, but this is his heat map. So again, very sort of prominent in towards the into the opposition's half, stepping in nice. 90 minutes played, 4 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 ground duels, neither of them won, but he did win both of his aerial duels. 93% passing accuracy, 2 long balls, both unsuccessful, 1 shot blocked. I thought he was good, mate. I'm not saying he was class. I'm not saying like mega scores, but honestly, I thought he played pretty good, to be honest with you. I thought maybe, was he our best defender? No, he was our best defender. 100% he was our best defender. I just think he stepped into this team and he just looks like, I know this is like a saying that everyone says about players all the time, right? But he does look like he's been playing in this City team for a long time. He's not stepped in and looked like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm nervous on the ball. Nah, he's just stepped in and it's just kind of like, who is that? Is that John Stones or is it Diaz or is it Akanji or who is it? No, it's Gvardiol we signed in this summer. All right, yeah, wouldn't have known because he's just playing as we normally play. So, I think he played well, Josko Gvardiol. I'll probably give him the highest score out of any defender. So I'm going to give him. I don't know if he deserves 8. Does he deserve 8? Maybe that's a little bit high. Yeah, probably give him at high 7s. Maybe like a 7.8, 7.7, something like that. I don't think he was good enough to warrant getting in the 8s for me. But yeah, was pretty good, man. And I'm happy with his performances since he's come into the football club. He just looks class, lads. He does. Okay, let's go on to Nathan Ake, who played 68 minutes before being subbed off. That's his heat map yesterday. 3 clearances. He won 3 out of 4 ground duels. And had a 90, wow, only misplaced 1 pass in the whole game. I mean, he doesn't really make risky passes, to be fair. So he does usually have good passing stats, but still, that's pretty impressive. 1 key pass, 1 cross, and 1 long ball. And that's pretty much it for Ake. Yeah, I mean, 1v1 demon. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I can't really give him a high rating because he only played 68 minutes, but I'll give him a decent rating. You know, maybe something like a 7.3. Something like that. It's kind of difficult, isn't it? Because he did get subbed off, but it is what it is. I don't really think he was a player particular that we need to speak about. Okay, should we do Sergio Gomez now, or should we do him later? Because he did play right wing and then he played left back. So I don't know what to speak about him now. No, let's not speak about him now. Let's speak about him when we get to the wingers, because he did play the first half as a winger. Let's come on to Calvin Phillips, man. I know a lot of you guys want to speak about this guy. Okay, let's first of all get the what's this called? Heat map out of the way. So that's a heat map. So everywhere, really. Let's be honest, everywhere, which is nice to see. 90 minutes played in the game with a 91% passing accuracy. He only misplaced 10 passes out of 112, so that's decent. So we can confirm he didn't give the ball away, really, to be honest. Too much. 12 long balls, 8 successful. He had 1 shot off target, 1 shot block, 2 dribble attempts, both unsuccessful. He won 3 out of 12 ground duels, didn't win any of his aerial duels. 1 clearance and 1 interception. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it real with you here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real with you here. I don't think he was bad, which a lot of people will probably disagree with me. I don't think he was bad, but I don't think he was good either. I don't I didn't come away and go, oh, fucking hell, yeah, he's put himself right in with a chance of playing against Wolves and Arsenal. I didn't come away saying that. But he also, to be fair to the guy, didn't come away saying, oh, he had an absolute stinker. Because I don't think he did have a stinker. I don't think he was bad. He just wasn't great. Which was that was probably the likely outcome of the game. You know what I mean? I don't think realistically, you got to take this into context. The guy's hardly played in the last 14 months, right? Was he really going to come back in to Newcastle away, his first start for a long time, and drop a 10 out of 10 performance? No, that was unrealistic. So yeah, that's my honest opinion, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and that's fine, isn't it? Football's about opinions. I don't think he had a bad game. I just don't think he was good, like great either. I just think he was okay. The question you have to ask yourself, which is a bit of a deeper question, is okay good enough for Manchester City? That's the big question. Can he get any better than last night? I hope so, because if he doesn't, then he's not got a future at the club. And sorry if that's like direct or abrupt or whatever, but fucking hell, it's not nursery time. You know what I mean? It's not fucking story time. You know what I mean? We ain't sitting around here fucking singing Kumbaya or something like that. No, we're fucking talking real. I'm telling you, based on last night, I don't think he played bad, but I don't think he played good either. Can he improve on that? Yes, hopefully he can. Will he be given the chance to improve on that? Probably not. So, listen, I'm going to give him a decent score, mate. I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7. I think that is fair. I think that is reasonable. I don't think it's harsh. I don't think it's glorifying his performance either. But I just don't think it's going to work for him at City. I just don't think he moves quick enough. I think he's too slow. I think he's too slow on the ball. I don't think he drives with the ball quick enough like Rodri does, like Fernandinho's done in the past. Excellent on the ball. Passes is great. But for me, I just don't think it's going to work out for him. And look, I hope I'm wrong. I do. I hope I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Because why would I want to be right about that? Why would anyone want to sit here or anywhere with your mates, whatever, and say, guys, shit, it's never going to work? No one wants to be right on that. I want it to work for him, but listen, based on what we've seen so far at City, I just don't think it's going to work out for him, to be honest with you. But listen, probably, maybe if he does get another chance, hopefully he can improve on that again. Like I say, for me, I don't think it was a particularly bad performance. I just don't think it was great. Can he improve? Possibly. Will he get the opportunity to? Probably not. Because the question is now, will he play against Wolves based on that? Or would you rather see Kovacic and Nunes? Well, I'm sorry. Based on what Nunes did yesterday when he come on the pitch, very, very energetic. I know he lost the ball a lot, but he was trying to get us a goal late on. I think it's an easy question. I think if you ask, do you want to see Kovacic, Nunes, and Alvarez in the midfield, or Kovacic, Nunes, and Foden, or do you want to see Phillips, Kovacic, and Alvarez? 99% of City fans are probably going to say Kovacic and Nunes. So, listen, it's a sad one for him, but I just don't think it's going to work out, to be honest with you. I just don't think it's going to work out. Okay, let's come on to Mateo Kovacic. Interesting one, this one. I want all your opinions on Kovacic because there was a bit of a debate on the bus on the way home about Kovacic, about whether or not he actually played well. So I'll give you my thoughts on it in a second. But let me know, did you think he played well yesterday? This was his heat map from yesterday. So again, pretty heavily on the left-hand side, but did drift off to the centre position and the right a couple of times as well. 68 minutes played, 89% passing accuracy, 2 long balls successful out of 2, 1 shot blocked. He had 1 ground duel, which he won, 1 aerial duel, which he won, lost possession 9 times. Listen, I thought he played well, man. I thought he played all right, to be honest with you. I thought he was probably one of the players who was getting on the ball the most in the first half, trying to make things happen. He drifted out to the left wing a lot, which confused him. Grealish went in field or to sort of like a more central position, and Kovacic often drifted out to the left wing. But I thought he played quite well. There's a bit of a debate. There was a bit of a debate on the bus on the way home because a couple of guys were saying he was shit. He was worst performance in a City shirt so far, but I didn't see that. I thought it was all right, man. I thought it was all right. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Entwined wrote there in the chat saying his link up between Gvardiol as well was decent. I agree. So listen, I was on the side that I thought he played quite well, man. I thought he did all right. I'm probably going to give him 7.4. 7.4, 7.5. I honestly thought he played all right, but listen, again, I don't want people just to agree all the time. It's good to have debate, man. Otherwise, the thing just becomes boring. So for me, I thought he played well. A lot of people on the way home was like, nah, I didn't play well. And from yous in the chat, again, there is a little bit of a debate. Eric and Blue saying 7.5, but there is a couple of people in the chat as well saying he wasn't great either. So, yeah, that's interesting performance. Okay, listen. I'm telling you, man. Oscar Bobb yesterday. Unbelievable, I thought. Probably the best player on the football pitch. I thought it was absolutely, for his debut, as well. Let me just say something, right? Let me just say something to you. When you're making your debut, right, in an ideal world, you want to be making your debut in a game where the whole team plays well. So, for example, Jeremy Doku, home game, Fulham. Team didn't play that well, although we smacked 5 goals past them. Team didn't actually play very well. And I remember doing the player ratings after the Fulham game saying, he was all right, but it's difficult to look great when the team wasn't playing well. Do you remember? Because we didn't actually play well against Fulham. People who did watch the game are probably like, what are you on about? We scored 5. But we didn't actually play very well against Fulham. And that day, I was like, difficult to look good. But Doku done all right. Oscar Bobb yesterday, again, he could have played all right, but been dragged down because of the rest of the team. However, yesterday, he was the one shining light. He was the one thing that everyone was talking about. You know what I mean? He was superb, getting on the ball, right wing, center of the midfield, getting tackled, getting up again. You know, constantly getting in physical battles, making difficult plays. 2-3 Newcastle players around him, and he's managing to skip out and get out of that bad situation. I honestly thought it was super impressive. Very, very impressive. He can play right wing. He can play in the centre. Never loses the ball. High work rate. You he's come through the City Academy. He knows what it means to City fans to play in that shirt. Let's go through his match stats. This is his heat map yesterday. So again, right wing. So essentially, if people who not followed the story of Oscar Bobb, he'd been playing right wing for Manchester City's academy for some time, and sometimes he did play on the left wing. Now, I'll tell you the truth: when he played on the right wing, I didn't particularly think he was a standout player, but he never lost the ball. He was very good in that respect. Last year, though, was a breakthrough year for him, in my opinion, because last year, because of Mabude, who's now obviously left Manchester City, he was moved into a centre position, and oh my God, did my opinion change of him when he went in the centre. Because he's got this football intelligence that very, very few players have. So what I saw yesterday, last year, was a player that can retain possession, create, score a few goals as well. And he's just a very, very sort of Pep type of player. And yesterday, you're really seeing that in the first team as well. So stats, 90 minutes played yesterday, 87% possession, 87% pass completion, 2 key passes, 1 cross unsuccessful, 1 long ball successful, 1 big chance created. Now, my only thing is, I think for me, probably should have shot there. I think that big chance created was the one where, was it the second half? Or was it, no, the first half, he got in just off of the right of centre and he was on his left foot. Of course, he's left-footed, and he went to play the pass to Alvarez. And Alvarez, the angle was very narrow. I actually feel that he probably should have shot there, but it's his debut. He's probably not got that confidence to say, no, you know what? Even though he's in there, I'm going to take the strike and try and whip it in the bottom corner. So it is what it is. But I would have liked to have seen him shoot there. 2 big chances created, it says, actually. What was the other big chance created? One was to Alvarez down the right-hand side in the first half. I don't remember the second one. If anyone remembers it, let me know in the chat. 3 dribble attempts, all successful. He won 7 out of 8 ground duels. Didn't win his only aerial duel, not surprisingly. And also won 2 fouls. Listen, honestly, I thought it was excellent. Super excited to see him develop at this football club now. See if he gets more minutes. I'd like to see him being brought on as a sub more. If we can qualify in the Champions League in match day 4, then match day 5, match day 6, I'd love to see him getting some starts there and just really push this guy for minutes. Let's get him as many minutes as we possibly can, because I think he could be a real talent and a real player that can come through and potentially make it at this football club. I think he has all the attributes necessary for Pep Guardiola. Great on the ball, never loses it, high work rate, high energy, football intelligence. He's got everything he needs. So I'm looking forward to it. I'd probably say he's man of the match. So I think he deserves 8. I know people will be like, we lost, no player should be getting an 8 LB. But listen, I'm just judging the players off their own performances. I'm not looking at the score result. I'm going to give him an 8.2, 8.3. Fuck it. I'll give him 8.3. I'll give him an 8.3. Listen, good performance in a game where we was really poor. So that for me stands out, and credit to the guy. Although he'll be disappointed that we lost the game, I think today, when he's looking back, I think he should be very proud, actually, of his first start for Manchester City. I know it's not the result that he would have wanted, of course, but I think he was very, very, very good, and yeah, he should be proud of it. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. Help me out, man. We've got 200 people in the building, but we've only got 64 likes, so hit that thumbs up button for me. Get me to 100 likes. Massively help support me, guys, and it don't cost you a penny. Just click a button. Okay, let's do Sergio Gomez. Okay, this is his heat map from yesterday. So obviously played on the wing, but then obviously did get moved to left back, where he was very advanced with pushing for a goal. 90 minutes played, 1 dribble attempt successful, 85% passing accuracy, 1 key pass in the game, 4 crosses, 2 successful, 8 long balls, 6 successful. He won 3 out of 4 ground duels, didn't win his only aerial duel, lost possession 17 times and made 1 clearance. I just don't think he was that great, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I was disappointed, actually, especially in the first half, because he played, by all accounts, never seen it, but he played very well for Spain in the Euros under 21s in the summer, getting golden boot. So when he was playing on the wing, I was really looking forward to it. I thought, okay, you know what I mean? You're up against Lewis Hall. Let's see what you've got. Didn't really do anything on that right hand side in the first half. To be honest with you, I mean, I can't remember creating any sort of chances or anything. And then left back again, didn't really do anything wrong, but just didn't look convincing for me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe left wing is if he's going to play on the wing, maybe left wing is the position for him, so he can just whip balls in. I don't think right wing. He doesn't strike me as like an inverted winger. No, I know he's left-footed, so playing him on the right technically is an inverted winger, but he's not an Iron Robin, is he? He's not a Mahrez type player. So every time he had the ball, it just didn't look right. So for me, I would like to see him again in a wing position, but it'd be left wing, not right wing. I just don't think he looks good on that right. I didn't think he was particularly great last night. I give him a 7. I give him a 7. Yeah, I didn't think it was particularly great. Okay, Jack Grealish. Here's another one that'll probably get people talking. So get it in the comments. Let's see what you guys have got to say. Okay, left wing. So obviously hogged the left wing as left wingers normally do. 90 minutes played in the game, 1 shot on target, 3 dribble attempts, all unsuccessful. Did have 100% passing accuracy though. Okay, 3 key passes, 3 crosses, all unsuccessful. 2 ground duels, unsuccessful. 4 ground duels, 1 out of 13. 3 aerial duels, all lost. That's pretty much it for the stats. Look, in possession, great. 45 passes out of 45, brilliant. But just uninspiring. You know what I mean? Every time he got the ball, to be honest with you, I was like, he's not going to do anything. You know what I mean? And it's so disappointing when you're thinking that as a fan. When you've got a winger on the pitch and they get the ball and you need a goal, you want to be excited. You want to believe that that the player is going to do something to get you back in the game, which is what Doku does for me. When Doku comes on, I'm like, give him the ball, man, because he's going to do something every time. And Grealish yesterday was just not great, man. Really, really not great, has to be said. And to be honest with you, I don't think he started the season particularly well. Now I know he's obviously had some sort of injury or whatever. Not sure exactly what's gone on there. But I'm telling you, mate, if he needs to up his game, because if he doesn't, Doku will take his spot. I'm not even going in on the guy. I don't even not even like that. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? If you want to think that I'm going in on him, you can think that I'm not. I'm just saying, if Jack Grealish plays like he did yesterday, continually in the upcoming games, he'll lose his position in the team. That's all I'm saying. And if you disagree with that, then I don't know what I can say. Because if you think that was better than what we've seen from Doku, then I don't know what planet you're living on. Because Doku just looks so much better in terms of getting us goals. Now, listen, I'd say this again. I think in big games, Arsenal, Liverpool, big Champions League matches, especially maybe away from home, Jack Grealish is going to be picked 100%. And I completely agree with it because he holds the ball. I mean, look at his retention stats. But games where you need a goal, you know what I mean? You're playing like teams at home, for example, Luton at home. Who would you rather have, Grealish or Doku? I know who I'm picking, sorry. And it's not Grealish, it's Doku at the moment. But if I'm playing Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, I'm probably going to pick Jack Grealish. So, listen, it's good that we've got that option, but he's got to show more than he's shown last night, man. For me, he's got to show more than he's shown last night. And if he doesn't, then whatever, you know what I mean? Don't bother me at the end of the day. But Doku will take your spot and you'll be on the bench. And that's not being harsh, that's just the truth. Because Doku has come into this team and he's been a breath of fresh air. Now, maybe we're all living in a little bit of pace merchant world where for the last year, we've not had any pace on the wings because we've had Grealish, Bernardo, Mahrez, and with Doku's come in and he's explosive. And we're all like, oh my God, Doku's sick, mate. And maybe in the coming weeks, we will start to calm down and see flaws in Doku's game. But all I see in Doku is a player that goes at his man, takes on players, and looks to score and looks to create chances. And that's what we want from our wingers. So I hope Grealish, for his own sake, first of all, can get back to a little bit of better form. But in these sort of games where we're looking for the goal, you know what I mean? Not necessarily, it's not a massive tactical game. So, for example, I don't know if you watched the Manchester City podcast that they've done with Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish was talking about a match where Pep Guardiola essentially asked Grealish to play left back in a game. I can't remember the game. If anyone can let me know in the chat, let me know. Great. In those sort of games where Pep's trying to do a tactical madness, of course you're going to pick Grealish. He'll do what you want, right? But in a game where you're trying to break a defence down and you need a little bit of something, it's going to be Doku. So listen, I'm going to give him a poor rating, man, because I honestly just didn't think he was very good at all. And I'm going to give him bonus points. I'm going to give him bonus points for... Oh, yo, listen, big up to Lee Gunner, man. Just redirected the stream. Big up to all the Arsenal fans that are coming on. Listen, if you do me a favour, lads, subscribe to the channel, man. We're on our way to 8K. So if you guys can help me out, that'd be massively appreciable. Big up to Lee. Massive shout out, bro. And yeah, anyone who's come from Lee's stream, please subscribe. Big up Stallion with a donation. Says, let's just accept Grealish's best position isn't left wing in this team. It's getting boring seeing our winger not getting past his man. Test the right back. Let's try Grealish left side of centre mid. I don't know if it's going to work, but try it. From Italian Stallion. I just don't think that's ever going to happen, Stallion. Because listen, he's been here now over 2 years and we've never seen him play midfield properly. So I just don't think it's going to happen. I know why he's saying that, and I don't disagree with it, but it's never going to happen. Grealish is never going to play midfield for his club. Listen, again, I will say, I think Grealish against the big teams, left wing is fine. It's the other games where you're looking to break a team down and you need a goal, especially when Haaland's not in the team. I think when Haaland's not in the team, it's exaggerated even more because then you need... And this is a problem that, by the way, I mentioned in the summer. Because I said if Haaland doesn't score goals or he's not in the team, who scores goals in this team? Kovacic doesn't score. Grealish doesn't score. Bernardo doesn't really score goals. So, you know, that's a midfielder. Grealish left wing, your right winger. You know what I mean? Phillips ain't going to be scoring many goals. You got Alvarez. That's it. I said that in the summer, by the way. I said we need to start sharing these goals out a little bit more because you can't just put everything on Haaland. And it's no surprise yesterday Haaland's not in the team. We don't score because no one else scores in this team at the moment. So yeah, listen. I don't know. It's a difficult one. Yeah, Rodri scores, of course, but like he's a CDM. I'm asking for some of my attacking players. Right, okay. Player rating for Grealish. I'm going to give him bonus points for not losing the ball, but it's still going to be a low score for me. Because whilst, yes, he did have 100% passing accuracy, which is obviously very good, most of the passes, from what I can remember, weren't particularly difficult. And ultimately, we needed him to break down the defence. So, a 4. Maybe a 4. Is that fair? I don't know. Am I being harsh? I don't think I'm being harsh, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm being harsh. I think a 4, mate. I don't even think it's that harsh, man, to be honest with you. I generally don't. Sorry if you think that's harsh, but he's a winger and he didn't create no chances and he had one shot. So for me, he needs to improve, man. Otherwise, Doku's going to take that position. Right, let's do Yuli and Alvarez then. That's his, mad thingy. 73 minutes played, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 2 big chances missed. Ain't great. 73% passing accuracy, 1 key pass, 1 cross, which was successful, and 1 long ball unsuccessful. He won 1 out of 3 ground duels, and he won his only aerial duel. Made 1 clearance as well. Ran around a lot. Give him respect for that. Put a lot of effort in. Never gave up. Always looked like he was trying and fighting to get back in the game. Could he have done better on the Oscar Bobb chance where Oscar Bobb put him in? I feel like from my view, it was behind it. It looked like a narrow angle. You guys might have a different opinion having watched it on TV. I don't know. I've not seen the replay back. Some of his he's dropping in to sort of midfield and he lost the ball a few times, but he said all along he ain't got the best first touch. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know whose fault is this, right? I'm going to ask you a question. You know when, I don't know who it was, right? Might have been Phillips, might have been a defender. But when Alvarez was on the shoulder of the defender and then he drops into the midfield and then we fire him the ball, right? We pass him the ball from the defence. It's quite a long ball on the ground and we fire it into him with power. And then he loses the ball because it's a foot a poor first touch. Whose fault is that? Is it is it Alvarez's fault for having a poor control, even though we all know he's not got the best first touch in the world? Is it the defender's fault for playing in the ball when the defender really should know that, if I play him the ball, he's probably going to lose it because he's not got the best first touch? Or is it the manager's fault for allowing that to happen or not having a better strategy? I don't know. But for me, there was a moment in the second half, right? And again, I can't remember who passed him the ball, and someone fizzed in the ball, and he went to control it, and the ball just bounced off his foot and lost it. And I was like, what are you doing that for? You know what I mean? I'm a fan, and I knew as soon as that ball was played that he was going to miscontrol it. So why are we playing him the ball? That's not the type of pass you should be playing to Julian Alvarez. When someone's on the back of him, a defender's pushing him and pressing him, and you fire him the ball. He's not David Silva. You know what I mean? So that frustrated me a little bit. I don't think he was particularly great, but that was Rico's ball, was it? Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but I didn't get it. It baffled me because I was like, I'm a fan, and I knew he should never have played in that ball. I don't think it was particularly great, but he did run around a lot, give a lot of effort. I'll probably just give him a 6. To be honest with you. He did miss 2 big chances as well, according to the stats. So, yeah, there you go. Subs. I thought Jamie Doku, come on, looked very lively. Again, lost a few balls when he was trying to take on players, but guess what? He's trying to take on players. He's trying to make things happen. That's always going to happen. I will never, ever slag off an attacking winger for losing the ball when they're trying to take on a man, unless it's clearly the wrong decision. Maybe he had a player on the edge of the box completely unmarked. If he could have passed it to him, then I'll say, why are you taking him on? You should have passed it. But I'll never slag off a winger for trying to take on a player, because people do this. It really frustrates me. A winger will take on a player and get tackled, and then they'll go, what are you doing that for? It's like, bro, defenders can make tackles. So I thought he looked very energetic when he come on. I think if Doku would have started the game, I would be confident in saying that we would have scored at least 1, because in the 20 minutes that he was on the pitch, he did quite a lot. Núñez come on. Again, a little bit like Jeremy Doku, lost the ball a few times, but he was rushing. Why? Because we had 20 minutes left and we needed a goal. Otherwise, we was going out the competition. But looked so energetic, looked really lively. Good performance from him. Phil Foden, don't really remember him doing too much, to be honest with you. He was only on the pitch for 17 minutes. But yeah, I don't really remember him doing too much. But yeah, Doku and Núñez, really like them coming on. I thought they was good in terms of their energy. So, yeah, that was nice. Listen, on the whole, it is what it is. We're out the competition. I always thought we was going to lose, to be honest. But we've still got the Club World Cup in December, which obviously would have clashed with this competition for the semi-final. So it is what it is. City are out. Good luck to Newcastle. Yeah, I guess that's pretty chill. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we get back on it now on Saturday. We need a win against Wolves. Get that 3 points. Get back on a winning streak, and we'll see how we move. But I don't think last night was anything that we need to be overly concerned about. I mean, we rested a lot of key players. And in the end, really, if you think about it, there was very little in the game. There was very, very little in the game. It wasn't like we got blown away, you know? So I'm pretty calm on everything, to be honest with you. I'm pretty calm on everything. Channel YouTube says, threw a party and invited a fan because Jack had a show. And he didn't get blocked either. And Italian Stallion says, we are all Núñez and Kovacic midfield versus Arsenal. I mean, yeah, for me, yeah. Listen, I told you what I thought about. I told you what I thought about Phillips. My thing for Phillips was I set him a challenge. And the challenge was yesterday, go out there and play so well that I play against Wolves. And then play good against Wolves. And then I consider playing you against Arsenal. But as I said, even though I didn't think Calvin Phillips particularly played bad, because I don't think he played badly. I disagree with some of you guys who say he played badly. I didn't think he played great. I didn't think he played good. I just thought he was mediocre, like meh. You know what I mean? Like a 6, 7 out of 10. So for me, I'd rather go Kovacic and Núñez. That's my opinion. Okay. I think that's pretty much it then for me. Some poor performances. We need to improve. It is what it is, though. We're out, and it is what it is. We move on. Wolves coming up on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that one. Is there any football on tonight or in the coming days for watch-alongs? Let's have a look. Not tonight, because I'll probably have an early night tonight. Tomorrow, Barcelona versus Seville. Might not actually be a bad shout, you know, Barcelona versus Seville. If I'm not doing anything tomorrow, you know, I might get on that. Barcelona versus Seville. because we need to watch Barcelona, don't we? We need to do a watch along. And then, oh yeah, on Saturday. Wow, there's a lot of football on Saturday, isn't there? City versus Wolves, and then Tottenham versus Liverpool. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's a nice one. And then Sunday. Sunday's dead. Yeah, I might do that. I might do the Barcelona Seville watch along. If you guys are available tomorrow night, might get on that. Little Barcelona versus Seville. We'll see. Listen, I'm going to go. Big up to everyone. Again, no watch along last night because I went to the game. No match day vlog either because I just decided to have a day off and just chill out and enjoy my time with my mates, which I did. Yeah, I'll be back later on, do another stream later, so hopefully you can join me for that one. Girona versus Madrid. Yeah, that's not a bad shout either because that's at the top, isn't it? So, yeah, I might check that one out as well. Listen, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. One more day until the weekend, so stick in there. And, yeah, I'll catch you later on. Have a good day, guys. See you in a bit.